mother, they rape the father, they rape the brother, they rape the sister, they rape the auntie, they rape the auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased, and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, share our live stream on Facebook, on YouTube. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. It's TT Real Talk on YouTube. So, viewers, every night we always encourage you to share our social media platform. In and around Trinidad, all around the world, the English-speaking countries. Let them know that Real Talk with Saieed Ali is the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago and will remain the #1 current affairs program. So viewers, remember to share our page. Also a reminder that Real Talk is offering you 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. You're also getting interest payment up front. Remember that it's 4% and you're getting your interest payment up front. Also, be members of our credit union, Real Talk Credit Union. Remember that 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas, and very soon we're going to be opening our branches, our second branch in Shogona in South. Remember that, viewers. So concerning our South business, we are looking for workers. If you decide to join Real Talk Credit Union, decide to be in the finance industry, you can contact me 3391670 or send me an email to SaieedRealTalk, SaieedRealTalk @gmail.com. It's SaieedRealTalk, viewers. Send your resume or call me and get the resume. The address to send your resume. So, as we start off our program tonight, the Auditor General, Jayanti Ramdas, has been denied permission to pursue a lawsuit over an ongoing probe into a recent impasse between her office and the Office of the Ministry of Finance. Delivering a decision, High Court Judge Westman James refused Ramdas leave to pursue a judicial review lawsuit. Now, why would the judge deny her? Why? Why would the judge deny her leave? Everybody else who applied for leave from position to go after a judicial review lawsuit were granted in Trinidad and Tobago. Why not Ramdas? James' decision meant that Ramdas' corresponding application in an injunction to stop the probe pending the outcome of the case was automatically dismissed. Many people were wondering. Why. Now, in a substantive case, her lawyers are contending that the investigation is unconstitutional and illegal because neither the Ministry of Finance nor the Cabinet has the jurisdiction to probe the conduct of the Auditors General. This is coming from her lawyers. Previously, Congimbert stated that the investigation aim was to unearth the cause of an error that resulted in a 2.6 billion underestimation of revenue by his ministry. The dispute arose in April after the ministry sought to deliver amendments and the amended public account which sought to explain the rectification and error. Ramdas eventually accepted the records, and Ramdas also took issue with the fact that the discrepancies was initially estimated at 3.4 billion. Imbert has since repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. They also claim that checks in relation to approximate the 780 million difference between the initial and the final estimate variance attributed to tax refund checks to taxpayers issues for the 2022 financial year being cashed in the financial year 2020. So Trinidad and Tobago, if Ramdas lawyers is saying that neither the Ministry of Finance nor the Cabinet has the jurisdiction why didn't the judge allow Ramdas to pursue a legal way? Why? Why? Is it that her lawyers have to go or ask for another judge? Is this fair? One would ask themselves, is this fair? If the Cabinet don't have the approval to do that, and the Ministry of Finance don't have the approval to do that, how could she be turned down? Which team? I should say, which team is the judge's favorite? Sad, you know. It's sad. It's really, really sad. But nevertheless, we will see the outcome of that in time to come. So, PNM people, are you ready? Are you ready to pay for your medicine at the hospital? Yes, Saieed, we're ready. We're ready to pay. But tell you something. In a couple months from now, and I'm telling all of this without an apology, in a couple months from now, you see the salary you're taking home? It would not worth quarter in a few months from now. With $100, you could get 5 loaves of bread. In a couple months from now, with $100, you might get 1 loaf of bread. Trust me what I am telling you. Trust me. Every time I bring something to you and I tell you watch it unfold, you all saw it unfold. You all saw it unfold. Property tax was something I keep telling you. I say, hey, don't be bullied by this $5,000 penalty. You know. You see what come to happen? What happened to it now? What is the outcome of it now? Saieed, you're bashing PNM. We go pay we tax. Little did you know if you pay your tax in 3 months' time, they're taking your fridge and your TV where you're owing for. Little did you know that. Once the revenue, once the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority sets up in Trinidad, your TV would not be yours in your house. They're quite telling all you. Your TV would not be yours in your house. But we're going to leave that discussion for our next day. Let me tell you something. Everything comes out of my mouth on television. You all have seen it come to pass. You all have seen it. You all have witnessed it. You all have talked about it. It come to pass. So now, Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Clangenberg, have stated that it is now difficult to finance the purchase of free pharmaceuticals, including CDAP and all the other free services that are available in the health sector. He also stated that to find the sum of 500 million that is needed to supplement the allocation for the rest of the fiscal year is going to be very difficult. $3 billion missing. According to Jayawati Ramdas, there's no paperwork for it. Good. Big businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago owing BIR. All of a sudden, how much money was paid to the ticket system with TTPS? Where did that money go? All these big agencies, all of a sudden they owing BIR now. All of a sudden money gone missing. They don't have money now to buy medicine for the rest of the fiscal year 2020. This dealt with supplementation of 12 division of the funding which they received in the 2024 budget. Supplementation being given now totals $2.3 billion. Health Minister Terence Diasin confirmed that $392 million have been outstanding to NIPTEC for payment of drugs and supplemental funds being sought would provide $202.5 million for part payment of the outstanding invoice. Hola, good night. Hello?
Yes, sir. A couple of things I want to talk about quickly.
Go right ahead.
The massacre at Gonzales and the hospital. Who was the security company manning the hospital? I wonder if you are 1% security company. I hear they're offering 100,000, but Inspector Crusoe, Terence the Terrible, say he have all the camera footage and things, so that should be easy to think. Say he have the face on camera and things like that. So they're not supposed to offer no money. Go and get him.
Correct. Well said. Well said, my friend.
The other thing quickly I'm going to tell you, KCR apparently is getting a little bit scared. Look at all those massacres. Half Place, Belmont Gonzales, Powder Magazine. What I tell you. Gonzales Belmont is close to the Diplomatic Center. Diplomatic Center have no cameras now. The Belmont, when they hear shots, the Belmont police station, they just close the door. Because if they were hearing shots in Gonzales, the Belmont police station is supposed to respond. I go on, only enjoy my comments.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this, The funding covers CDAP with $1.4 million for HPV vaccine and $555.9 million for pharmaceuticals, $132 million oncology drugs, $40.5 million for antibiotics, $60 million for NCD drugs, and $84.8 million for non-pharmaceuticals.
Yes. So, for example, vaccines, HPV vaccines, 1.4 million. Pharmaceuticals, 555.9 million. And the breakdown for that, 132.7 million for oncology drugs alone, 20.6 million for HIV drugs alone, 40.5 million for antibiotics, anti-infectives, 58.7 million for psychiatry, 60.3 million for NCDs alone. When we come to non-pharmaceuticals, about 84.8 million, of which 28.4 million is for medical devices, for ophthalmology, renal treatment, consumables, 8.4 million for diagnostics, 1.2 million for orthopedic products, $460,000 for PPE, $200,000 for HIV test kits, and so on. So that is some of the details that you are asking for.
So, thank you, Minister, for that information. So, Minister, are you in a position to say the total amount outstanding? Because in the explanation, we're being told here this is to facilitate part payment for outstanding invoices at NIBDEC. Are you in a position to say what would be the total amount outstanding?
I don't have that exact figure with me, but we can try and get it for you. How much?
Minister,
Sorry, I'm being told 392 million.
Outstanding?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to make it clear. So we are saying 392 outstanding, and you're paying off 202 million.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Now, viewers, question about how supplemental funds will be spent in areas including, the Alsing said, supplemental funding will go a very long way, and as invoice comes in, they may carry over into another fiscal year. Ember then interjected by stating that his supplementation for the Ministry of Health is almost 500 million, almost $500 million. So I want to ask now, where is our tax money going? Where is it going? Because on every single thing you could think about, people spend money on, we pay tax on it. Where is it going? Tax on grocery, tax on electricity, tax on clothing, tax on shoes, tax on jewelry, tax on electricity, tax on water, tax on gas, tax on oil, tax on every single thing. So where is our tax money going? It's sad, you know. It's sad. Now, Embert, he said, while the Ministry of Health already requires significant sum of money every year, it is proving quite difficult to finance the purchase of free pharmaceutical and all the other free services that are available in the health sector. Listen to this.
I'd just like to make a general point. You will realize we are supplementing the Ministry of Health by almost $500 million, almost $500 million. Now, the Ministry of Health already requires a significant sum of money every year, another $5 billion or so. It is proving quite difficult to finance the purchase of free pharmaceuticals and all the other free services that are available in the health sector. So I just want members to understand this. We believe this is important, we have to do it, but to find that $500 million is going to prove to be very difficult.
So Trinidad and Tobago, in the coming months now, I'm definitely sure Embert will bring out some form of amendment or legislation to the cabinet, which they will get approved, then you will have to pay. You will now have to pay for everything that they call free in the hospital. Ask yourself, where's your tax? What is the purpose of you paying tax? No proper policing, no proper education, no proper health care, no proper road, no proper schools, and you are paying taxes. Very short from now, you're going to be paying property tax, which you took a loan to build your house. You took a loan from the bank to build your house, now you're paying property tax. Wow. We're going real good in Trinidad. Very, very good. He further noted that we, as a country, spend a huge amount of money on health care. And it is something we need to look at to make sure we are getting value for our money. Listen to Claude.
If one actually looks at how much is being spent on the health sector over the years, it has been increasing exponentially. I recall when I was Minister of Health, which is some 20 odd years ago, The budget was 1 billion. So in that 20 years, it's increased from 1 billion to over 5 billion. So understand, we as a country spend huge amounts of money on healthcare, and it is something that we need to look at to make sure that we are getting value for money and so on.
So Trinidad and Tobago, let me just give you a little something before we go on this break. Health Ministry allocation, $495 million. Public Utility Ministry, $527 million. Office of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs Ministry, $124 million. Ministry of Education, $144 million. The Labor Ministry, $130 million. Energy and Energy Industries Ministry, $570 million, $800,000. Tobago House of Assembly, $50 million. Service Commission, $4,140,000. Rural Development and Local Government, $95,027,500. Works and Transport Ministry, $155,677,000. Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Ministry, $9,182,500. Tourism, Culture and Arts Ministry, $21,048,000. That's the stuff. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, this bacchanal done, all you're going to hear another bacchanal with the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, but after this break.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. And we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and Licensed Moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, we at Real Talk are offering you 4% on our fixed deposit. Don't miss out this offer that we are offering to you presently. Remember, come into finance, come onto investments, we bring it to you in a different way. In a different way. Remember that. Those of you having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. I'm also a spiritual consultant. You're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem, we can do business. As long as you have some form of collateral for us to hold, it's not a problem. We'll do business for you. Also, we are looking for staff workers for our South Realtor Credit Union branch. You can contact me at 339-1670 for further information. Call a good night.
Mr. Saeed, great program as usual, man. You continue to stand up for the citizens of this country and bring some hope to them. Anyway, Ms. Hines is offering $100,000, a reward for the incident that happened over the weekend where 4 people lose their life and the hospital was shut at and so on in casualty. Well, I have information to share, and I want the police, they must arrest that cabinet, arrest Hines, arrest Rowley and the entire cabinet and Erla Christopher, because I want to take this money to invest in your company, Real Talk, you know, because I know I will get 4%. So I want that reward. This is authentic information. Anyway, Mr. Saeed, every crime in this country, every lawlessness, every wrongdoing in this country is connected to politics and the police service. And nobody could deny that. So they don't want to fix the crime. Crime is the most lucrative business in this country. Very sadly. And look at what you are saying, you know, how much money, you know, in health and medicine. I want Imbut and the health minister, Dial Singh, to tell the citizens of this country how much drugs they destroyed in February this year from a warehouse in Piaco. I will not bust that market. I will call you and share that information. Mr. Said, you keep up the great work. God bless you.
Thank you, my friend. You see, this is why they say people are calling, you know. Not much of you know about drugs that they had to this car. Not much know that. But we getting information. We getting information. This is why I always tell you, I am here not to bash you, but I am here to fix. I am here to repair. I am here to open your eye. And I've been doing that for the last 6 years in a different way. But for some of you, you're bashing inside, you're bashing PNM. Right, bashing PNM? I hope you have enough money to start buying CDAP through the hospital now. So let me see who bashing now. Apart from that, listen to this. Attorney General Regional Armour intends to present to Parliament with a list of fees to be paid to attorneys who worked for the state and will be paid a total of $120 million. But, listen to this, he will consult with them before making the name public. The Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs was allocated $124,300,000 for operational costs, legal fees, and other areas. UNCMP Saddam Hussein noted that the ministry use of its supplementary fund would include payment or paying $30 million to local attorneys and $90 million to foreign attorneys, and sought a list from the attorneys and their fees. Armour said it was a ministry practice to provide details to Parliament in large terms and state that he is prepared to offer in writing a breakdown of fees, but not to name the attorneys to whom they're being paid. Listen to this, we go talk out.
Madam Chair, it has been the practice of this ministry, even before I was privileged to assume office, to provide details to this Honourable House in large terms, whilst respecting the privacy of individuals who offer their services to the Office of the Attorney General. I am prepared to offer to this House in writing a breakdown of fees, but not to name the attorneys to whom those fees are being paid.
Call a good night.
Saeed.
Go right ahead.
A couple of things I want to just talk about this evening here. One, the Minister of National Security, they are saying that they want to clamp down on the citizens that have legal guns. We're not talking about illegal guns. We're talking about legal guns.
Correct.
And they want to clamp down on them. Now they're coming to say that they went and they do some sort of research and thing, and for what has happened, they get to understand that the legal gun coming into the country, into the hands of citizens, it is causing crime in the country. How is that possible? Because how many people who have legal guns with them committing crime in this country? So all these people and them who have all these high-powered firearms and things that going into people's place and doing what they're doing, gunning them down in the streets and things, that is legal guns. So at the end of the day, what the Hines is really talking about, the Minister of National Security, are they educated people or are they done at the same point in time? Then you have a blogger. This man come to show the country what is taking place concerning crime. You come, you lock up the man.
Yes.
At the end of the day, there was a police vehicle that was in video. There were obviously supposed to have officers available in that particular area. Why didn't they go and arrest the people who had the guns in that particular area? Why they held him for exposing? So it shows clearly to, as a citizen of this country here, that if crime or organized crime or gangs is being revealed through social media or whosoever, they're coming to lock you up because you're exposing the business. So the criminal elements of this country, as far as I see, is being controlled by the government. You have the Auditor General. She have an issue. You have the court giving her denial. Why? So you see what is it really going on in this country here right now? The government wants to have everybody underneath their foot. That ain't going to happen. Trust me. Have a pleasant night.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago, I'll tell you something. Concerning the individual they call Christmas list, the Canadian who came to Trinidad went in certain areas in Trinidad and highlight incidents, guns maybe, individuals, gang maybe. But you know what is interesting? You know what is interesting? The former Attorney General, Saieed Ali, on public platforms saying they knew how many gang members there are in Trinidad and Tobago. But nothing was done under his portfolio. Nothing was done under his portfolio with TTPS having to lock up gang members or even gang members toting guns. Saieed Ali gone. We have the President Attorney General, Regional Armor. They know how much gangs there is in Trinidad and Tobago. But not one member have been locked up as yet. Under the TTPS, under the state, under the Ministry of National Security. A Canadian came to Trinidad and Tobago, did interviews. So let me retract before the interview with the Canadians. Saieed Ali, we knew how many gang members and gangs that we have. Fitzgerald Hines knows how much gang members and gangs we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, let's speed up a little bit. Before Christmas list, as they call him, right? Before he come in here, gangs or individuals in Trinidad would have been brandishing in videos on social media, brandishing weapons. We don't know if it's real or it's fake. Hold on. We don't know if it's real or it's fake, but they're brandishing. Did the TTPS go after them? Hell no. Hell no. Because they're not aware of it, even though it's on all the social media platforms in Trinidad and Tobago, the special police and them, all of a sudden their eyes blind. The Minister of National Security, his eye blind. The Prime Minister, his eye blind. The Commissioner of Police, her eyes blind. The whole of the TTPS and all the special branches, all of a sudden their eyes damn well blind. Good. We fast forwarding now to Mr. Christmas List. He comes in Trinidad, interviewed with this same individual who have been making video clips and putting it up on social media platform. Good? Nice. Canadian come down to Trinidad. Videotape them. The same individuals and them. The very same individuals and them. Videotape them. Talk about gangs. You know they lock up the damn man? Because he posted. Because he posted. You know, special branch going on lock up the blasted man? A Canadian. So I want to ask the Minister of National Security, the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, the Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher Haywood. I want to ask these three individuals, including the special officers and them that locked up Mr. Christmas. When these individuals and them were making videos and posting it up, is that legal or not? When these same individuals and them were brandishing weapons and making videos and saying who they're going after, is that legal or not? I want to ask the damn judge the same thing. Is that legal or not? A Canadian come down to interview these people and them, they lock him up. These same damn people and them making videos and posting it up, and not one of them get locked up. Not one of them. So I want to ask tonight now, who the hell is responsible for gangs in Trinidad and Tobago? Let me tell you something, I have rocked back and watched, and nobody said anything. No blinking body in Trinidad and Tobago said anything about it. Absolutely no goddamn human being, whether you be a normal citizen, whether you be a minister, whether you be a police, whether you're in what field, said no goddamn thing about it. None. But I go tell you something. I go tell you a little something. When the Canadian authorities, mark my word, before I go there, I want you to understand something. As a man, this do spirit. I born spiritually. About 3 years back, they made an attempt to kidnap my son. Because I'm a licensed money lender. I tell the finance business. I on TV. My company growing. They made an attempt to kidnap my son. TTPS couldn't help me. They couldn't help me. They didn't know where to start, where to go, who to call. Me? I was blessed to do spirit work. I was blessed to travel and do spirit work for ministers outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Sat down, I light my light, made my sacrifice with my animal. You feel ashamed to say it? I ain't ashamed to say it. Everybody knows what they call the word voodoo and black magic and shaking bell and lighting. Every goddamn person. From the president come right down. Jingle man, that is called them. We voodoo and we black magic. Every goddamn human being around the world know how they call it. Every goddamn human being. And I will say this without fear. I went and did my sacrifice. I light my light. So the 3 parents are telling their blind child, all they should have dead. Saieed should have killed all. But that's not my thing. That is not my thing. I will light my light, and you will pay for it for the rest of the life as long as you live. I didn't give you life, and I ain't taking none. To suffer, trust me, I know how to do that. God created Sodom and Gomorrah, and God burned down Sodom and Gomorrah. Human being didn't give me the gift I have. God decided to give. And when somebody crossed the line with me, trust me, I cross him back the line with you too. I cross him back the line with you too. So don't feel you're going to slap me here, and I go turn around, you know. Trust me, when I turn around, this whole piece decaying. Trust me. So back to TTPS. Who is covering the criminals in Trinidad and Tobago? Who is protecting the criminals in Trinidad and Tobago? Because the very same individuals and them who making videos and pulling up their brandishing firearm, you know TTPS are going after them? TTPS are going after them. All of a sudden, Ola get memory loss. Special officers and them went to lock up this Canadian. So I want to ask these special officers and them, let me tell you something, don't play mad and take God out of your thoughts and play look on the question side. Do not do that for the life of yourself and your family. Don't do that. Don't ever think about taking God of all your thoughts. I'm coming to give me a phone call. Because over that phone call I will whisper something you will not hear in the says. That's how strong I am. Don't play all you're coming down to me. You see those special officers? Let me tell you something. See those special officers that refuse to go and grab these men and them right here in Trinidad and Tobago? Ask all yourself why you don't take that walk. Is it to protect and serve the human beings of Trinidad and Tobago? Or is it to protect and serve certain people in Trinidad and Tobago? Let me tell you something. There are many ministers from neighboring countries pick up their phone and call Saieed. Don't you know why? Saieed, how the hell a Canadian could get locked up in Trinidad for something he videotaped, and the police right in Trinidad can't find these men and them? I will tell all of this. Canada don't make joke with their people. We in Trinidad, we don't care if we people stranded somewhere. We do business. But you see Canada and you see the US, they don't play with their citizens. So the investigation that the Canadians going to launch in TTPS, let me hope the Prime Minister could take it. Let me hope the President could take it. Let me hope the Commissioner of Police could handle it. Let me hope the Minister of National Security will deal with it. Because I will tell you something. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, together with the Prime Minister, together with the Minister of National Security, let me tell you something. They put Trinidad and Tobago in a position that every country is going to start investigating us. You see, that mistake where they make by that Canadian, those officers feel they could do what they want because they are Trinidadian. But let me tell you something. Canadian Prime Ministers and the Minister of Security, they don't play with their people. They don't. I could tell you. And I could bring a certain individual right here and they will. One thing I could boast of and say proudly is that I have friends in the FBI. That I could say. That I could. Let me tell you something. Those officers that arrest this man, all you make a mistake. All you make a mistake. You all embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. The puppet officers, all embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. Gang. Come down to the office, we want to interview you and you know the man get locked up? These officers couldn't go and look for the fellas and them who flaming and throwing it up. You know they lock up the Canadian? They lock up the Canadian? They were charging for sedition? When the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago said in Parliament, let's deal with it on the pavement, where was the police? Where was the police? They're one-sided? Trust me, all are going to be one-sided now. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, concerning this issue with Christmas, it's a sad thing, eh?
It's very sad, boy.
Let me tell you something, eh? I'm kind of glad it happened so too, eh? And I can explain why.
Tell me.
Because I want the whole world, when he go back and he starts making videos and start telling his story, I want everybody to know how much influence the political parties have on the TTPS, how much directions and how much influence and how much instructions it take from certain political figures and political parties. And I want them to know that it's not an independent institution. That is what I want. How on the system is in Trinidad and Tobago. Because all the politicians just do, they just go and they try to paint a picture of Trinidad and Tobago for the rest of the world. Now a foreigner come and get locked up and he see where it is, and he see the kind of corruption, he see the kind of influence they have. I hope when he go now, he start talking everything that happened. And the next thing too, side is that he make mention that it had two police in the jeep, two political figures or two public figures in the jeep with the police. I hope he can identify these people and call their name, you know. Because we need to know who these people. Because it have very dangerous people sitting down in our parliament in the side and people don't understand what it is going on here in the side. Look, they shoot up a hospital. Why the police didn't go and hold him in them?
The police afraid them and their family get killed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they're going to shoot up a hospital. Police don't hold nobody. They're going to hold up a man who come to make videos and highlight the
reality of Trinidad and Tobago.
And let me tell you something, Saeed. The tricky part of the whole situation is every area this man gone is a P&M stronghold side. Tell me if I'm wrong. Every area he gone is a P&M stronghold. And that's the kind of thing that them promoting. But anyhow, I'm going to leave you with that tonight. I just want to touch on one thing before I go side. I see a partner, Embert, want to take away CDAP now. And he told that the government can't make the pay for CDAP. Let me tell you something aside. We can reach where we go in there so you see everybody who keep voting for this PNM party, trust what I'm telling you, just so you ain't have nothing to get from them. Anyway, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. I'll tell her something, eh? I'll tell her something. It is alleged that we have crooked police in Trinidad and in the TT. We have seen numerous videos of officers disobeying their own laws, the oath that they take. Some being bullies. But I will tell you something. You see, arresting a Canadian or outside citizen for something that we officers down here fail to address is a different story. Is a different story. So the first thing that they're going to ask the officers on them, what law did this man they call Christmas List broke? What law? Secondly, these individuals that Chris made a video with, are these people accustomed brandishing weapons on social media platform? Correct. Why didn't the TDPS go after them? Why? Is it that these officers and them are afraid for their lives and their family lives? Are they? I'll tell you something. Death is part of life. I, as a Muslim and a human being, accept that. We born, we live, we die. But many people in position, in authority, seems like they can't get. Look at Maxi Coffee. Maxi Coffee come into PNM Power, boom, shot. He come in good. What happened after him? What happened to him? Catch a stroke and that was it. A healthy man catch a stroke. God don't sleep. God don't sleep. And I go tell you something. These gangs have been existing in Trinidad for decades. Minister come, minister go. Minister in the parliament, they come and they go. Judges come and they go. Lawyers come and they go. And not one gang member is touching land. How come? How come? One thing I will tell you something. I'll tell you this. Abu Bakr used to always tell people, gang members, police, ministers. He used to always tell people, he said, see that man they call Saieed Ali on TV? Do all you want, but don't touch that man. Because the day that man sit down in his prayer and light a candle for you, trust me, all the God you know and all the power you have, when that man sit down for you, trust me, you're getting what coming. You again, me I pay no gunman, you know. That know my thing. I just do spirit work. You see how the Shango Baptist and them will do that thing? The pundits will sit down and do that thing? The pastor will pray for revenge. I don't make up talk or talking, you know. I will sit down and I will do. I will do. I come into this world to do spiritual. And that I will continue. That boast is what God have me here do. And here's the reason why I just tell people, don't take God out your talk and run down. Don't. 3 of them dead and the mother wish they died, they was dead today. So those officers and them, and those in collaboration with locking up the Canadians, I telling all you afraid to go and lock up them gang members. You want to know why? All them might die the next day. They might send a message to all their family the next day. To show all you who we is. Not me, no, but to show all you who the gang members is. Why you lock up a man who videotaping and highlighting what is taking place in Trinidad and all their CDPS and all cannot go in and get them? All afraid. All like dog. All their tails between all their legs. Hence the reason why the media don't highlight that. You know why? Because people are afraid they lost their work. And it's the same thing with the officers and them. They're afraid. They're afraid gangs come for them. You'd rather lock up a man that highlighting the issue than all as the officers who taxpayers paying all their salary to protect them and to go and deal with them. A set of coward. Me, I just always tell people, all they get it from me is the truth. Come wrong me, you will always see something touching you like this. You see, I make an example through Terence the Alsing. I made an example through Terence the Alsing. Terence the Alsing went up, oh, it have a loudmouth man on TV. Who's the only loudmouth man that have on TV? Saieed Ali. Why come up right here and I tell him, careful you get an accident, soldier man. Not long after I get an accident, the loudmouth man tell you be careful. He didn't want to listen. God don't sleep. Boom, shot you get an accident. The same loudmouth man come now and tell you, the next time you tell me as a loudmouth man on TV, the next accident, you may not survive. The accident went off the air for 6 months straight. I didn't hear about him. So you see the puppets we have here being played? me tell you something. Every individual in Trinidad and Tobago or around the world, every individual, their name is carved on God's book. And it have a time frame to start, a time frame to grow, and a time frame to die. See power? You see, power is a serious thing. Not everybody could handle it. Not everybody. Man come from Canada, highlighting issues in Trinidad and Tobago. They lock up the man for what? They call it sedition. They call it sedition. Well, the Prime Minister said, let's take it out in the pavement. Let's deal with it in the pavement. Where the officers was? Where the officers was? But God don't sleep. God don't sleep. One thing I don't do is take Panadol for next man headache. I don't. I don't. God bless me today. I have a license for Real Talk Credit Union, a licensed financial institution. I'm a licensed money lender. I want to know where I get my money from? I do in Jingge. I do in Jingge, I ring and bell. People know about sites and sites small. It's 19 years now I do spirit walk. 19 years now. People local, regional and international know about Saieed Ali as the Jingge man in Trinidad. You think I fear about some police breaking on my door? No. You think I fear about some hitman coming for me? No, I don't. You know why? You know why? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Ela anta kira mazudo kuraba ela inta azuma alanta. You don't ever terrorize innocent people. It comes back to you 100-fold. And I hope those officers know. I hope they know that. Is it? So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, the Saieed, your view Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Until we meet again. Good night.